Alrighty guys, so here we are again, another beautiful day and another amazing project. So this one is a little weird, a little different from the norm, because as you can see, there's already a pond here. And if you ask me, it looks pretty good. Homeowner built this thing himself, and that's crazy cool. Out here, excavators, strapping, slinging rocks and everything. But what happened here is there was something that had happened. A contractor from the neighborhood up in some yards above blocked off some of the runoff for the subdivision and routed it right to here. So what actually happened was water was coming under the fence, washed out all the landscape, all the mulch, giant ravine pretty much through the middle of the yard, and funneled all the water under this pond with no bottom drain because it's not supposed to handle, you know, a deluge of water like a monsoon. So it pushed all the water under the liner for this pond, and it actually made hydraulic pressure under that, forced the liner up and collapsed the entire bottom section of this waterfall, puncturing the liner. This has been multiple weeks. He's had to add water every single day on this project, and we finally have got the ball rolling and are here today. We're tearing this whole thing out. All the rocks are going, and we are putting a new liner in. We've got all kinds of waterproof attachments, which you guys will see later. And we're rebuilding the waterfall as well. So we're putting a whole new liner in this, got to reconnect everything, and we're going to reshape the whole thing to resemble something that we would build versus a homeowner project. But man, I got to give a shout out to you, David. You did an amazing job on this pond. So we're going to have a lot of fun out here. Thank you for letting us get our artistic touch on it, and I cannot wait to get this started. So I am going to go over here, get our fish tubs set up, sanitized, and we're ready to start moving some fish. So you guys comment, like, subscribe, stay tuned, because this thing is going to turn out to be epic. I'm out. Later. I'd share a little bit of the plan that we got with you guys this morning. So we finally have a day without rain, at least for now. Beautiful day so far, but we're finally getting this thing excavated, and it was very uneven shelves all the way through here. We had some high spots over here. The shelf was kind of sloping in towards the pond, which from a gravity standpoint is a negative Ghost Rider. Not gonna do that. We're gonna actually get everything flat. We've got wing walls going up in the top. You can see where we've got this stuff excavated up here. So we really wanted to do a better job of retaining the soil versus just having the rock stacked 4 vertical feet high. So we've got our pond wall that's gonna be coming right in here. nice low-lying rocks, keeping us close down to water level, some interactive areas where you can actually get into the pond without going on a slip and slide journey down the hill. So a wing wall is pretty much just extra boulders outside of liner next to your framing rocks for your waterfall that help retain the soil and naturalize the way that the grade change is coming down and around the hill. So we're gonna have our pond rocks, waterfall rocks right here, and as the pond rocks circle around the front, we're gonna have these retention boulders coming off the side so that dirt can be high around them, feather around the backside, and we actually have a nice planting area without rocks having to be 4 feet high straight out of the pond all the way along this wall. So we've got a ton of shaping and stuff to do, but this 20,000 pound excavator right here makes some pretty quick work of it, and the irrigation. So I'm gonna get back to digging, see what else I can find, as if it wasn't wet enough out here already. All right, so one of the most interesting parts about this entire project is the fact that there is a bottom drain in this pond. That is what this pump is in right now. So now that we finally got our skimmer box attached, we got the liner in the hole, and we're ready to make this attachment right here. So it's pretty much got a flange. It almost attaches the exact same way as a skimmer box does, except for it's in the very bottom of the pond. So it is always important when making waterproof connections to make sure that they are actually waterproof. That being said, we're at the point right now we can finally get this stuff all cleaned up, disconnect the bottom drain from what was the old liner, get this liner folded over, get everything marked out, clean back down to factory grade, pull this thing apart, all the bolts, silicone, scrape back off, everything good, and then we can make our bottom drain attachment so that we are free to rock the entire edge of this pond without any hassle or worries about what we're gonna do with this thing later. So there is a ton of stuff going on in this stream in here. So this job has actually been a fairly challenging job because even though we have that massive machine that is way bigger than what we thought we needed, I'm glad we got that big machine. Because one thing we've really been struggling with, not only do we have these giant boulders, which that machine doesn't have a problem lifting, don't get me wrong, but as far as reach goes, we literally have not been able to build that side of the pond due to the fact that we have to track all the way up, dig out a bunch of the wall, so we had a flat area to reach back here and set these boulders back here. So we have a very wide canvas to work with, which is the stream that I am standing in. But when you're using boulders that are this size, it really fills in the entire stream pretty quick. So what we actually had to do was widen out a little more than we thought we were even going to have to in the beginning, and that gave us this area of stream to work with. So we've got multiple split falls happening. This thing is going to turn out to be absolutely spectacular. Super excited. With our biological filter right here, number 2 or 3 or 4. I think there's one down there, one here, one there, one there. Besides the point, but we're gonna have the waterfall coming down in this section. Be like 7 waterfalls in here. It is insane. I'm so excited to be getting on to something known as detail work. As I always say, detail work will make or break your water feature, and we could easily spend an entire day going around the edge of this pond and all through the stream, detailing everything out and making it look like what we do, because this is going to turn out awesome. We got like 15,000 gallons an hour to work with, folks. There's gonna be water falling everywhere, splashing everywhere. It's gonna be beautiful. I'm getting out of here.